Hello there, and welcome to an overview of the Betting World Manifold rostering and time and attendance recording system. Basically, we'll just run through a little bit of the functionality and a start to finish of everything that can be achieved and the various reports which can be viewed. Basically, when a user logs in for the very first time, they will basically come to a screen which is such as the one you see now, with the outlet that they are responsible for here. And obviously your branch manager will only have a single outlet displayed, and anybody further up the ladder with regards to area managers or regional managers, payroll, etc. will have multiple branches that they can select from, and as soon as they select from this drop down box, the information in the screen will alter according to the respective outlet. So from a branch manager's perspective, they obviously their first requirement is to generate the daily roster, and that's as simple as clicking on the button and the system will automatically generate a roster for the next available day with the list of the staff available according to what is in who is in VIP along with their position. We'll put in default start and end times, and obviously these are now editable from this point going forward to actually generate your roster. So for each day they would select the particular employee on that particular day. They will edit the hours accordingly. You will note that the hours here will automatically adjust according to selected times. As soon as they've finished editing, they will save and close, and you will see that the information on the screen will change. So they will basically go through each particular employee and mark whatever their rostered choice is for this particular people, and they will go through every single employee every day as per setting of any regular roster. Okay, just so I can show you we can show you one of the reports. Let's just generate 2 more days. And you would have noticed in the top right hand side here, we've actually got a race calendar which would be uploaded by head office, and this race calendar will display like this to give users and branch managers an idea of what the rostering requirements are going to be for that particular day. Alright, so currently in this display we have the 18th and 19th and 20th of November. Obviously there's filter facilities where user can filter to a particular day, they can filter to a particular employee, to a particular month, or whatever the case is, and they can use those filters to assist them for particular records and also to open and edit. Now one of the reports that the branch managers will use in finalizing the roster, if they go to the view reports, the first report that can be generated will be the monthly roster. Click the report button and you will see that we have rostered for the 18th, 19th and 20th November. It will create a desktop calendar type view with all of the respective employees that are due to work on that date, along with their position and their working hours. So that can quite easily be printed further down the line when the roster is full and approved, and put it up in the branch. We will come back to the other reports a little bit further down the line. So basically the branch manager will go through every day, every employee as we've just seen, and they will then submit the roster for approval to the area manager simply by clicking that button, and the roster has been successfully submitted. So we have just logged in as the area manager for the branch that we have just submitted the roster with, and the area manager can now see every single record that has been captured and how the roster has been set up according to the branch manager. The The area manager will obviously use the various reports to assess whether they approve the roster or whether they don't, and once they have gone through everything and they are happy with it, they will approve the roster simply by clicking on approve roster button, and at this point the roster has been approved and it is sent back to the branch ready to record the actual hours of attendance. Right, we've relogged back in as a branch manager, but for the purpose of this overview video we have logged into a different branch, basically because this branch we have completed a full month worth of roster, and the reporting and everything will be far more beneficial to view from a full month perspective as opposed to just a few days. So when the branch manager logs in, they can go to show actual and they will see that they have the full month available, first through to the last day of the month. Alright, so let's just go to the reports quickly and let's just go through them in a little bit more detail. So basically on a monthly roster, you will note that every single day has been rostered and the complete format looks a little bit like that. With regards to employee attendance, this is a breakdown of each particular employee with particular hours that they've worked with regards to night shift, normal hours, Sundays, public holidays, etc., along with any comments and all the details that are required, along with totals. This obviously has a printable version which can be issued to the employee for signature should it be required, and all of the people that have worked in that particular branch in that month will be available. With regards to the branch summary, this is a summary of all of the employee attendances in a nutshell, and is a single view of all the people that have worked in that branch, along with the quantities of hours that they have worked, along with totals, giving you a single view of the entire branch. Your rostered versus actual report is basically a comparison between the numbers of hours and the value of the hours rostered and the number of hours and value of those hours worked, which is beneficial to be used from a budgeting and or performance perspective. Okay, so let's just getting back to the hours itself now. We are logged in as the branch manager. So I will select my first day of the month, that is the 1st of November, and I will now edit the hours according to actual attendance. Okay, so just as an example of, we've just altered those two records and our actual attendance has now been altered very slightly. Now through this facility we are also able to do temp transfers, which is in essence when we borrow an employee from a different branch and we bring them to our branch for a particular day, and we are also able to do callbacks, which is a situation where an employee is on leave or they are off and they'll call back into the branch for any particular reasons to work. Those will be captured using these two buttons here, the more details of which we will run through in the detailed branch manager training. So basically on a daily basis, once the branch manager has completed editing all the hours according to the actual hours attended by the employees, they will basically confirm as actual, and each day will be submitted individually according to whatever has been captured. The system will automatically calculate night shift hours and Sunday hours with a couple of the other options being editable as and when required. So basically, the branch manager will now go through each employee each day and approve and authorize that that person worked those hours on that particular day. And as such, all of our reporting, as we looked at a couple of minutes ago, will automatically be updated with whatever records they have now submitted. Once they're happy with the day, they will go to confirm as actual, and they will then basically proceed through the entire month, performing the same functions on a daily basis. When these records have been confirmed as actual, they are sent through to the area manager, where they will sit and wait for the area manager to approve and in essence sign off the attendance for the entire month. Area manager also has the ability to decline hours. Should they not be happy with what has been recorded, they can discuss the issue with the branch manager. They can resolve whatever needs to be resolved, and the hours can then be sent back to the branch manager, back to the area manager, where they will continue through the process. So once the entire month has gone through and the branch manager has submitted each day individually, basically we log back in as the area manager, we select our branch, we go to actual, and we have every day which has been submitted. Now basically the reporting that we see from this point onwards is available from area manager to regional manager to audit and to payroll. And using those reports, each level will be able to assess and decide whether they choose to approve or decline the attendance as it is being presented to them. And each person or each level can decline the information that is sent through to them should it be deemed that it needs to be sent back to the branch for some form of amendment. So a lot of the decision making process from this point onwards with regards to approval or declining will be based on the various reports that we have in the reporting list. So once assessments have been made on each of the report types and we are happy, at that point the area manager can then approve the hours that have been sent through to them or decline them using one of these two buttons here. This final step of the overview is basically pertinent from regional manager through to audit, through to payroll, with everybody having the same kind of functionality but with the approval stages in between. So when regional manager approves, it will go to audit. Once they've assessed and approved, it will go through to payroll. Once they've assessed and they've recorded the information in VIP, they will then close off the hours for that particular outlet. So basically they will select the outlet that they are working with, and all the information will be displayed on the screen. From an audit trail perspective, they can select a record, and against each particular record it will display who did which steps on which day. So from audit trail perspective, we can see exactly who signed off each level as it went through the process. And as the regional manager approves it, his or her information will go through here. As audit approves, user's information will appear here. And as payroll signs it off that they're happy, their information will appear here. And that information is obviously accessible from a historic perspective should there be any questions further down the line. Now obviously the decision making process from this level onwards will be based on the reports as can be seen here, and assessments will be made on whatever information is presented prior to this information getting to them. One of the other reports which are available at this stage is an all branches submission tracking report, and this report will display all of the branches that this particular person has available to them, along with the month, along with the year, and the step at which the information is waiting, who has it, and who it needs to go to. Very quick reference as to where the information is sitting, and it is inarguable as to who has what set of information. So that basically sums up the process and the reporting function of the Betting World Manifold roster and attendance tracking system. Thank you very much for watching.